Hey guys, hopefully you are all doing well. Prime Collections here. Well, today we are going to be talking about the next series of NFTs. They are a week away from being released, and I wanted to share all the information, all the pack counts, all the stuff in the redeemables here today. So let's not hesitate, let's not wait any longer. Let's get into the world of Funko today. Now, this next line of NFTs is actually the second in this line, and that is we got the second series of Hanna-Barbera NFTs. Now, before we continue on and look at what the pack counts and stuff are, let's look back at the originals and see what was announced previously for the previous series. If you remember, there was only 30,000 previous packs for the original Series 1. The Grail was Huckleberry Hound with about a 0.33% chance to pull. And the legendaries were George Jetson, Elroy Jetson, Astro, and then of course the royalty was Space Ghost with his sidekick there as Freddy Funko. And in general, I didn't like this first set. The one thing I think would have been cool would have been the Huckleberry Hound, but I don't think any of these really stood out. And it was kind of underwhelming when this was announced because a lot of them were just copy and paste with their astronaut helmets. Now, with that being said, we do have Series 2 that was announced, and I think this lineup has a little bit more potential, and we'll kind of compare them side by side and see what the different numbers and what my personal thoughts are concerning these. So first of all, Series 2 actually comes out a week from today, which is March 28th. It drops at 11 a.m. Pacific time or 2 p.m. Eastern time. With that being said, there was a total announced pack count of 36,500 packs. There was a total of 18,250 standard packs at a cost of $10 a piece with 5 NFTs in the packs, and there was a total of 18,250 premium packs at a cost of $30 with 15 NFTs in each. This is actually higher from the first original series of NFTs of Hanna-Barbera. The original drop only had 30,000 packs, 15,000 standard, and 15,000 premium. So I think that they did this because they saw that the first one sold out. They wanted more people to have a chance with this drop, and I think that they understood that these pops that were actually announced with this series were going to be a lot more popular than the initial releases, because if you look at the actual piece counts, you will see that they do differ when it comes to the legendaries, the royalties, and the only similarities is the grail, because the grails are always 999 total pieces. The redeemables are as follows, and we always kick it off with the grails. And this is my one gripe about this set, is the fact that they announced another Huckleberry Hound as the grail. It's 999 total pieces, and it has about a 0.27% chance to pull, which is actually pretty low considering. My big gripe with this being the Huckleberry Hound is the fact that the previous Hanna-Barbera series had a grail, and it was Huckleberry Hound. I understand that he's a very prominent figure when it comes to Hanna-Barbera, and that he's one of the more popular ones. But the fact is that we've already had a Huckleberry Hound as a grail, and we have a total of 8 Huckleberry Hound pops already. We didn't need another one, and I would have liked to seen another character from Hanna-Barbera be chosen, maybe potentially one that hasn't been used. And it is kind of sad to see that they did resort to this. I understand why they did it, because it's his iconic cowboy hat and banjo, but for me, it's a definitive pass. And next up, we'll talk about the legendaries. Both of the legendaries in each of these series had a 1.64% chance to pull, but the piece counts were actually different. In the original Hanna-Barbera Series 1, the legendaries were coming in at about 1,600 and about 45 pieces per each one. However, in this series, each of the legendaries are coming in at 2,000 pieces. And we'll kick it off with the first one here, which is Mighty Mightor. I don't remember this cartoon as a kid too much, but I do think it is a very well done pop when actually looking at the cartoon here. I think they've done a fair representation with the horns, the actual mask with the eyes, the club in his hand, and I think that they did a really good job representing the character from this cartoon. And it's very nice to see here because this one actually hasn't been done in pop form yet. And next up, we had Mr. Jinx with Dixie and Pixie. I like this one because they actually have Dixie and Pixie as smaller characters in this in his hands. Originally, they have released these pops as actual summer convention pieces a couple years ago as kind of bigger pieces, but to now add Mr. Jinx, I think, is a great idea. I think they've encompassed this trio perfectly. This one is also 2,000 pieces. I would love to add this to my collection of NFT pops because it is very well done, and I think this entire series of Hanna-Barbera NFTs minus the grail, I think, is really well done, and I'm very excited to potentially pull these when I get a chance to this upcoming Tuesday. And this next legendary is actually my standout of all the legendaries so far in these Hanna-Barbera NFTs. This will be the most sought after one, and that is the Birdman here. It is it is so perfect. They've got him actually flying. He's got an energy beam getting powered up in his fist, and they did his entire outfit perfectly. This was a great choice. I think this one will be the most sought after in terms of just like price and want by a lot of people. They've never done this character as a pop before, and I think that they did this one perfectly. The only way I think they could have done it better is maybe it included his sidekick, but for what it's worth, I think that they nailed this pop, and I'm very excited to have a chance to potentially pull this one as well. I think all the legendaries have been very well chosen. I think that they are different and unique characters that have never been done in Funko Pop form, and I think that they chose very wisely when it came to choices of characters for this drop. So this one does release this Tuesday, so be on the lookout for those. And also, if you happen to want to be one of those people that do go for the royalty, I have to give it to Series 1 because I think Series 1 actually nailed it when they decided to do Freddy Funko as Space Ghost. That one was definitely very cool and it had a 3,000 piece count. This one is a little bit less and I can understand why because it's definitely not an iconic character. It's more so representative of the time that these cartoons were around. And that is we have Freddy Funko as a Letterman here. This is more representative of the 1950s and the 1960s. The Letterman jacket was a more iconic piece of clothing that you would see on people back in the day. It was representative of status in school. You were on like a team, and it was definitely something that you would see in a lot of those older movies that would represent that time. So I can understand why they've done that here. And he's holding a Huckleberry Hound figure. This one's going to be limited to 2,300 total pieces. And if you want to go after this one, you will have to collect all the commons, uncommons, rares, and epics. And as always, we have our important dates in case you do happen to pull a redeemable NFT. And those are as follows. On July 26th of this year, the redemption tokens will be shipped out to accounts. They will hit your account at about 11:30 a.m. Pacific time, 2:30 Eastern. From that point in time, you will have 30 days to redeem those, and that is up until August 25th at midnight. When you do redeem those, you will wait until about Q4 2023, and as always, that is October, November, December of this year when they will ship out the physical pops to you. And as I have showed you guys, they do ship these out. I've gotten a few that I've shared with you on this channel. They've come in extremely mint, and I've been very happy to get those. And I think that they make each of these special, specifically with the silver sheen. So I will be participating in this drop. And if you are participating as well, let me know down in the comments below which specific ones you are excited to pull and which one is your grail out of these. Because mine's not Huckleberry Hound. Mine would definitely be the Birdman. But yeah, guys, that's going to kind of do it for me today. I wanted to break down the next line of NFTs, giving you all that information prudent to the drop in case you wanted to participate in it. And as I stated, I'm very excited to see these when they do release and how good they look when they do come in. So thank you so much for sticking around through the entire of the video. I truly appreciate it. If you wouldn't mind doing me two small favors before you go, if you wouldn't mind, please like this video and subscribe to my channel. I truly appreciate that. And as always, I will see you guys later.